Hey guys, welcome to Friday's stream. So week of the 3rd of February 2026, Friday the 6th of February 2026, Zer's Reset live. So I do hope everyone's had a decent week. It's been one of them eventful weeks with the weather. The weather's been rather hit and miss, and occasionally has been too bad, and then the wind doesn't help, does it? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny 2 Edge of Fate, because until I get everything completed in regards to Destiny 2 Edge of Fate storyline, I will mention Edge of Fate rather than Renegades, which is what, or Renegade, which is what the current expansion is at. So we are nearly finished, I assume, Destiny 2 Edge of Fate, and then once we get a chance to do the introductory storyline for the next expansion, Destiny 2 Renegades, as it were, or Renegade, it will, not be very, entertaining once we get into that. But until then, obviously, we're going to stick with saying Edge of Fate for the moment. So, with it being a Friday, we are going to go and see what Zer has for us. As always, every week he has different stuff available for his reset on a Friday, and we are going to go straight to the tower. So we're going to click on the tower. So, Agent of the Nine, that is what Zer is. So we're going to go to the annex side of the tower. So Zer's Reset Live consists of not just what he has on offer, but also consists of having a bit of fun in Crucible and Gambit, as well as a live Nightfall one. That's as simple as how Friday streams are when it comes to Zer's Resets. Each part will be split into separate videos so you can watch it in your own time. I'm still editing the previous weeks. It takes ages, but I'm also trying to edit the new Diablo 4 storyline on the new Paladin, so you get to see that as well. That has been uploaded, but I re-recorded it again on another Paladin, so you get to see it in case there was bits missing from the live stream of Diablo 4, the Vessel of Hatred. But the pre-recording I did the day after, literally the Sunday, I think it works alright, but obviously you don't see me, but you hear me talking, but you don't seem to miss anything from the scenes, cut scenes and all that sort of thing. More about that a bit later. So welcome to the annex side of the tower. So we landed here at the tower, and go ahead and see what Zer has for us. This Reset Friday, the 6th of February 2026. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? We are in February 2026 already. It seems to be just flying through. January did seem to be taking, longer than it should, but obviously I think it's because we were just trying to get through January without too much bother, weren't we? So there is
the Nine see your valor.
So each week he has at least 2 bits of gear for each of the classes. Usually a bit of gear that's different, but sometimes it's rare that one class has 2 identical bits of gear, for example 2 gauntlets, for example, or 2 helmets. But this can happen. It's all about what's on the rotation for his reset. So kicking off the gear, as always, is the hunters. So they start with gauntlets this week. So just like every bit of gear that you get for the hunters, warlocks, or the titans, you can add major mods to work alongside minor, depending what situation you need it for. But the only sad thing is you could only equip, one legendary bit of gear. That's it. So whether you pick gauntlets, helmet, chest armor, leg armor, or even the mark, which is sort of like the belt sort of thing, and that's it. Same with the weapon of choice, whether you pick one exotic weapon, that's it. So whether it's going to be heavy slot, special slot, or the primary ammo slot, so you are limited to at least 2 bits of exotic gear only. So this pair of gauntlets can be upgraded to at least level 5, just like all the new changes they introduced into Edge of Fate, and even during Final Shape as well as leading into Destiny 2 Renegades or Renegade, so that has this continued that theme. So if you've got duplicates of it, so if one's higher level than the other, you can merge them together, keeping the stats of the highest version of that gear. So this bit of gear, for example, I don't have too much other options to show you as in customization, because I don't have another character. So, but at least I have a bit of what's the word? Hunter's gear, I guess, that you can get a sense what I mean about customization. So once you're happy with the appearance out of the, probably tons of other appearances that you lot will probably have rather than me, and then you pick a color scheme to try to make it match, and of course it will let you customize it as much as it will let you for that bit of armor. So the second bit of gear for the hunters is another pair of gauntlets, which is a rare thing. So exactly the same as the first pair of gauntlets, adding specific major mods to work alongside the minor mod will help benefit depending what subclass damage you're going as well as potential subclass damage resistance, as well as helping get your mobility, super, your other abilities that are going to be very useful during a difficult raid, dungeon, or Grandmaster Nightfall, for example. So just like the previous bit of gear can be upgraded to at least a level 5 and merged together if you've got 2 of these, like I said, and if one's higher than the other, it will keep the stats of the high version, and just like before, you can change its appearance if you had other appearances to give you a good idea what I mean. So we pick this one, for example. Looks a bit pointy, doesn't it? Bit stabby. So we pick that appearance. So that looks okay, but then this side's just more green, isn't it? So we pick that one. That it makes it all look green. So it sort of blends in better, doesn't it? The green. So even if we pick the red, one side's the red, but this side's like horrible. The orange one's the same. See what I mean? It's not all. I think it depends on the colour scheme as well. It's not always going to look nice either, the way it's trying to blend together, That one's quite cool. One shiny side, one sort of shiny side, but the hint of purple, So that is what the hunters have this week. Base level of 300 with the Destiny 2 Renegade expansion. Previous expansion in regards to Edge of Fate was 200, I think. So it's gone up by 100. So the next class to go through the gear for the week, reset week, is the Titans, which is what my character is. So major mods that work alongside the minor to help in whatever difficult situation you're going in for, something challenging maybe, or something just a bit fun. So potentially helping getting your grenade regen, as well as the melee will help charge your grenade. So you've got tons of options all over the place. So the minor mods as well, so this seems to be more related to melee maybe. Maybe your grenade as well. So if you had this related to maybe your grenade regen for melee as well, so these might work together alongside with these two, for example. So you can infuse it if you've got duplicates, two pairs of the same, of course, one higher than the other, and upgrade it to at least a level 5 with the new changes. So with this pair of gear for the Titans, of course, I've got more options to show you guys. So once you're happy with a specific appearance, for example this one, and then you change the color scheme to try to make it blend in with the really deep purple there, isn't it? So not all the armor is sort of changed to purple to make it match. So certain shaders work better than others. See what I mean? So the Titans start with gauntlets, and their second bit of gear is chest armor this week. So the major mods could also help depending what subclass damage you're going out, loadout for example. So if it's strands, stasis, void, solar or arc or harmonic, depending which one you are gonna want to have the most damage, but also it can help being useful, helping you build a resistance to specific damage thrown at you, especially from the barrier champions. And the other minor mods, depending what you need, so probably melee and mobility potentially as well. So depending what you need it for, and also helping with your health regen as well, could be very helpful depending what you're going for. But also what potentially you might have to think about is if your other teammates in your fire team have specific damage traits as well, so that whatever you pick could help them during the instance as well, not just yourself but your team as well. So something to have to think of that as well. So the chest armor for the Titans, like I said, we have more options to customize or show you guys different appearances, so you get an idea what I mean. With my main character being a Titan anyway, so this is what it will offer as well. So for example, if we wanted this chest armor, so like I said, the major mods work alongside depending what you're going for as well, the minor, but in regards to the appearance, once you're happy with that appearance, you can try to I guess make it more fiery sort of thing, to try to make it look like it's do you know what I mean? Trying to make it blend in more. So this is what its default looks like. So it's hard to think of a colour to make it sort of match really, unless it was more like maybe that, for for example. But it does work alright that side. And then you just have to change the shoulders, of course, once you get that opportunity. So the chest armour looks more like that. Even that looks quite cool. So that's what the Titans have this week. Gauntlets and chest armour this week. Finally onto the Warlocks. They have chest armour as well to kick off their gear. So just like for the Titans, exactly the same as for the Hunters as well. Adding specific major mods will help towards a specific goal that you might want to aim for in regards to if you're going to be more of a support maybe, or maybe more of certain damage resistance, or trying to build amount of certain damage to lash out at the pests during a dungeon raid, for example, because some of the raids take ages, and obviously the more specific damage you deal with certain subclass will help as well. So there's tons of options really. So it could be more about testing which one works best really, but you've got tons of options, as well as you know, it might be best being something for protection, maybe armor maybe, or even damage resistance for the chest armor potentially. And then the major mods that will work alongside the little minor ones depending which one you need. So melee will work, could help towards strength for example, or grenade regen depending what you pick for your major ones. So the major ones, like I said, probably want to pick ones that will work together alongside each other maybe, or helping your teammates, options for their subclass as well, just to help out with the raid or dungeon group for example. So you can upgrade it to a level 5 just like the previous bits of gear, and infuse it if you have a duplicate of this bit of gear. So if one gear, like I said, is higher than the other, merge them together and then you keep the stats of the higher geared one. So for the Warlocks, I don't really have another appearance because obviously I don't have a Warlock, but it's just to give you guys a little idea. So obviously you've got a bit of colour in the middle there that needs to try to blend in, so you want to pick something that will sort of hide it really, or make it blend in a bit better. So that looks acceptable. It does make me think that looks like chocolate mint ice cream for some reason, and yes, just make me wonder about that. So if your subclass is Warlock anyway, your main character, at least you probably have more options to pick for appearances. Unfortunately I've only got this one. So the second bit of gear for the Warlocks, which ends their gear for this week, is gauntlets actually. So just like the other gauntlets that the other classes had on offer for Z's reset today, the major mods work alongside minor, but sometimes the major mods, especially for gauntlets, refer to more for the grenade regen, and sometimes for armor as well, depending what's there really. So it does have a lot of armor regen and related to your melee, and also helps regen your shield as well, for example, and for your grenade as well, that you're going to try to build up numerous times throughout a raid, or dungeon, or even a Grandmaster Nightfall as well. So you also have the other options of depending what damage you're going to be throwing out in the instance as well. So it could be a mixture of maybe damage resistance for certain damage as well, than not just dishing out the damage, but you want to be able to protect your teammates from specific damage, especially probably void, to be fair, for example. So you can upgrade this to a level 5, just like the bits of exotic gear, and use it if you have one gear higher than the other in your vault collection. So this bit of gear, I don't think we've got this, but I'm not sure. So for example, we do have a few other options to show you. So for example, if you pick this one, and then obviously you want to sort of try to make it blend in a bit. Just trying to find a colour that will sort of, so you got that little bit in the middle, and then it's trying to think, well, what could I pick? That sort of hides it a bit, doesn't it? But like I said, certain ones are more difficult than the others. So that one, so maybe if you pick that one, so you still got a hint of other colour there, so you want to try to make it blend in, like I said, but it's not always easy to try to blend or hide the colours underneath. That's what you're trying to do, just to make it blend as much as possible. That looks alright, doesn't it? Then we've got I don't know why that reminds me of Thanos' you know, his glove. Yes. Click your fingers and then everything changes. But yeah, try to pick a shader, as they're also known as, or color scheme, to make it match as much as possible. So that's what's on offer this week, and also the mark for whatever your class is. The mark will be called something different. So if it's a hunter, it's called something else. Warlock the same, but this is what my mark is. It's sort of like the belt sort of thing, but it is called this one in regards to my Titan, with my main character being, of course, a Titan. So whatever one's your main character, it will be called whatever one referring to your class, as it were. So each week we have to spend at least 47 strange coins to get the favour of the 9 buff every single week, every Friday. So depending if you wanted to, you know, spend your strange coins on resources such as enhancement course, or if you need more glimmer, or even some rare banners that you're going to use during the raid, dungeon, or hard. Well, sometimes during the storyline you get to sort of plant the banner, which helps you get your super heavy ammo, max all your ammo in preparation for a very hard little instance, for example. Or you can buy some ascending shard. Well, I was gonna say shards, but only gives you one, but very expensive. So the enhancement cores aren't as expensive, but they help towards the 47 strange coins that you need for the week. So it doesn't matter how you spend your 47, you can buy 47 strange gifts individually for 1 strange coin each, so that will count to 47, and that still counts towards the favour of the 9 buff. So you have that option as well. And since the changes they introduce into final shape as well as Edge of Fate prior to Destiny 2 Renegades, it became very clear that they were going to do a massive overhaul in regards to other offerings that Xur has. So the the legendary weapons usually had the legendary armor under it as well, for you to pick. You know, if you need specific armor, for example, but it's totally changed. So they got rid of that to make it more simplified. So I'm not sure if the actual strange engram for legendary weapons that are here gives you legendary armor as well. So unless it does both, and it is the same with the exotic engram as well above. So the exotic engram will cost you 19 per engram, where the legendary will cost you 7 per one. But the individual weapons themselves will cost you 17 strange coins per item. The legendary armor, I'm not sure if it will show up, but like I said, it could be a bit of a mystery trying to figure out if it does actually give you both, you know, as a potential roll of the dice. So if it doesn't give you one of these, it might give you legendary armor instead, which could be very useful as well, but I don't know if that's true because it doesn't actually say. Sometimes you have to guess, I think. So the exotic engram is exactly the same. I just don't know if it will give you an exotic armor or one of these as well, or ones that you haven't got. Do you know what I mean? So the individual exotic weapons cost you 23 per one. So this week we have, as always, the Hawkman hand cannon. We have that doesn't seem to be changed, but it's usually the ones after the Hawkman hand cannon that does seem to be a bit different every week usually. So we have we've got the Jade Rabbit scout rifle. We have the Lord of Wolves shotgun, as well as the Thunderlord machine gun as well. So you've got the heavy slot, the special slot, as well as the primary ammo slot as well, and 2 catalysts this week. So you've got the Warcliffe coil catalyst for those who need it, and the Prometheus lens, I guess is the easier way of putting it, catalyst as well. So if you need any of these, but the catalysts are very expensive. It costs you 71 per catalyst, so that's more than what you need for the week for Xur's reset. So if you need any of these weapons that Xur has on offer, you know, it is up to you how you spend your 47 strange coins. So if you need any more ciphers, he has them on offer as well. So what we're going to do, well, in regards to ciphers, before we pick what we're going to do, so the cipher isn't difficult to complete at all. You just have to do a little requirement, do Crucible Gambit, something that will help towards the progress that it's asking you for. It's not difficult. It doesn't matter if you win or lose or anything like that, or get a terrible score during a Nightfall, for example. It doesn't matter. It still counts. You know, they made it simple, so you know you can still have fun even though you might think you're doing terrible. But it still helps towards Xur's requirements, and you know, I'm sure Xur doesn't mind if you do bad at all, because he just wants the coins basically. So we're going to buy enhancement cores
The
to make
nine
it simple.
meant for you to have that.
So we spent 24 strange coins already just buying these 2 things. So we're going to get some more glimmer, or should we get some? We'll get the
If
beer
the
banners.
nine wanted this, you would not have it.
So we've spent 35 now out of the 47 required. So we're going to buy this glimmer,
It is yours now.
and we're literally just 1 coin away So we don't have to buy this additional bit of glimmer if we don't need to. But for us to get the 47, we're going spent. We're going to buy a strange gift for 1 strange coin. And as simple as that. So in exchange, it gave us some blue crap, as I call it. But Zer's happy because we spent 47 coins for the week.
On exchange.
And as simple as that. So like I said, it's up to you how you spend your 47. As long as you spend 47 every week.
It is opening.
So, as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen, for Zer's Reset. I do hope you enjoyed it. So we're going to head straight to the main courtyard. Rather than us teleport there, we're just going to wander there. As simple as that, really. It's different every week for Zer's Reset. So next time we have Zer's Reset, we will see what he has for us next time. So with regards to what we were given some blue crap, as it were. Don't need it. So we just get rid of it. So let's make sure we've got everything sorted in the inventory. So I do hope you enjoyed this reset. So it will be edited and uploaded. So just if you're just interested in what he has on offer, and if you're not interested into the Crucible side of things, or the Gambit side of Crucible, or the Nightfall run. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to go into the next part of tonight's stream, which is doing some Crucibles. So, we are going to go into this side of Crucible first, head into Control, so you get to see what this is like. Potentially we can do 2 of these and do the Mayhem as well, because that is available for this week's reset as well. So I did mention last time we were live I do have the other cup. So I did have the Slytherin one, and I've got the Gryffindor one now. It's got my drink in here. I don't mind if something happens to them 2 cups, because I bought them especially for this time of year in case they crack or anything like that, because I like to keep my good Starbucks stuff, for when I want to use it, rather than keep it rotate it as often as I do anyway. But I'm like that. I like to just make sure I've got something that I can use all the time during the time of year where it's not really decent weather, so it doesn't matter if it gets scratched or anything like that, that sort of thing. I'm very precise with that. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head into our very first Crucible. So we could, like I said, do 2 of the controls. We usually do 4 of each, and then the other side of Crucible is we could potentially go into, like I said, Mayhem, because it is fun. There is Showdown as well, so it's fun. They should move all of this into the Portal tab just to make it more simplified, really, but that's me asking for stuff, but we will see. So in regards to Crucible, so this side of Crucible, and then we've got the Gambit side of Crucible. but it just depends on what's on the rotation. But they need to put it all together. This makes it more sense. So this week it's been disruptive, but of course it's can you believe it? February 2026. Dear me. So in a couple of weeks, I'm going to well, just under 2 weeks. Yeah, I've I did mention it a little while ago. I should be having an operation, a little small operation. So that will be on the 19th of February. So that is a Thursday. So that Friday, literally, says reset. I'll probably be able to explain how it went. But in regards to trying to get more live streaming, so we do have tomorrow night stream to look forward to, and we will, if necessary, I will pre-record more of Destiny 2 Edge of Fate, just to ensure we get this storyline completed prior to potentially heading into a live stream of Destiny 2 Renegades. So once we've completed Destiny 2 Edge of Fate storyline properly, we have that opportunity to go into Destiny 2 Renegade, and that's potentially what's stopping my character's gear level going a bit higher than usual, with us not actually being in that actual expansion yet.
That's a power play. You took them, now hold them. Zone C lost.
Right. Where are you going? What?
Zone B lost.
Shit. Good shot. Oh, sorry. Oops, I punched you again. I think Brittany should bring that out, you know, on stage.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
I knew that some shit would shoot me
Zone A
unnecessarily. I hate when they do that. It's like you capture the zone with your teammates and then they kill you for it.
You captured Zone C. Zone advantage is yours.
No need for that behaviour. So the overhaul that they did for the little mini requirements that you need to do, like kill pests as it were with certain weapons or damage, you know, for example, this made it more simplified in regards to the Crucible and Gambit and the Vanguard playlist as well. Everything's merged together, sort of thing. So it's sort of easier to get the little requirements completed instead of having to pick up millions of bounties for each vendor. Funny. I just found it funny and he went flying. Oh, she went flying, unfortunately. So I do have a submachine gun equipped as well as a auto rifle, but during the Nightfall run, when we will go into, I will see what will be best. But this might be the new loadout, depending if it's okay.
Zone B
But
lost.
last time we did the Nightfall, last Friday, we had fun trying to do the Nightfall because the Nightfall had a glitch, and even though we completed it,
Double down. That's why we have
the Nightfall
3 down.
let us complete it, but it wouldn't let us get our reward at the end. So the box, the crate that you see at the end of the Nightfall run was still open, still shut, which was a bit of annoying, really, because they had finished doing their little talk that they have during the instance, and then it was like, we can't leave now, but if we leave, we're not going to get the, you know, it to count towards the Nightfall
Keep
run.
it up.
So because the Nightfall sort of crashed last Friday, we had no choice but to just leave. So you technically saw the Nightfall run, but it didn't actually give us the actual score that we were aiming for, because it wouldn't register the score anyway, because it wasn't sort of working properly. So hopefully tonight the Nightfall run live will work okay, and hopefully it won't be one that's got a bug or glitch, as it's also known as. So we're trying to find some more little shits to shoot at, or try not to get murdered.
Zone B lost.
Hmm.
You captured Zone A. You have advantage. You're almost there.
Ooh. So my subclass is stasis damage. So I'm going to cast my super in a second. Oh, did he survive that? So
Zone C lost. You captured Zone
So I'm
B.
gonna cast my
Zone
super.
advantage is yours. Victory well executed. Your walls
So,
around those zones.
stasis we got during Beyond Light. So we say thank you to our teammate, as it were. And again, we don't have enough medals to hand out. That's like something new. Well, I've always said since. So each week we try to get up to level 20 for the weekly little rewards thing. So like the overhaul that they've made the bounties a bit easier to get, depending what you're trying to get completed. But this works alongside this to help with this, to help get this for the week. So regards to arc, I'm going to change it to arc in preparation for the Nightfall run. So I don't know if this has got armor piece and bullets for the barrier champions. I'm just making sure. I don't think it has. No, it doesn't. So this doesn't have. So when we go into the Nightfall, I will change it to this, to go figure, because it does have the barrier champion stunning bullets for when we deal with the Nightfall. So of course I've got the Simple Steps exotic gauntlets equipped for the exotic gear little quest thing. Ah, there it is. So we've got the Simple Steps, and then we still have to do that little requirement, but that's none to worry about. So think we will change back to my normal layout for the moment. So as you can see, my gear looks better than the simple steps being equipped. So Crucible number 2 out of the 4. We will
Take those zones and hold them to your last breath.
do Mayhem. So during Mayhem you will see each of the
Enemy
supers that we have as a subclass. So see that a few times. It is fun because everyone gets their super and then everyone's just killing each other with their supers. It's very explosive, but the only thing they need to do is to switch off the bloody indicator. Because then, you know, no one should be given any advantage of knowing where you are. So when momentum control is on the rotation for Crucible, it is the best thing ever. Right? Ah, serves you right. It's the best thing for Crucible because it is exactly what we're doing at the moment, but the indicator's switched off, and they should do that anyway. So it is a version of this side of Crucible, and it's really good, but it's just funny because you can literally respawn back in after you've been murdered, like what I've just done, and they could be literally in front of you. Like, for example, like if this was like an enemy team member, he wouldn't have a clue because it wouldn't give him any indication. So this is what I'm saying. It should be like this, or well, like that all the time. But no, they had to make it hard. Easier for everyone. Because I always thought, you know, oh, no wonder I got this bloody. Ah, fuck! Got the submachine gun. So hard to get a submachine gun kill, especially in Crucible, but only if they're standing there like a, you know, daydreaming or something. That's the only time you probably get a kill at the AFK.
Zone C lost.
But other than that,
Zone A captured. You have advantage.
hey, you shoot them. Mercy.
Zone B lost.
How did he survive that? He should have died, but never mind, just want me to fucking die instead. Disgrace. Oh, you little shit. How did he not get killed? It's just very hard to understand how my teammate didn't do anything there. Unless he wasn't aware that he was there, which... Like I said, you get players who cheat for some reason. They don't need to, but they still do it. Even though they got the cheating anti-cheat bot, as it were, software built into the game, but it doesn't stop players, does it? No. Because they don't give a monkey, do they? No.
You could turn this tide.
Stink. So then try to capture the zone because my teammates aren't bothered. Or they're too focused on killing the enemy team members.
You have a
Ah! Fuck. It is really annoying, especially when the grenade launch you like that. Plus,
5 minutes remaining.
gives me a chance
Strong
to get
start.
revenge. Hopefully. Oh yeah! More of my teammates do some killing. I've been trying to get the
Zone C lost.
that was so funny. Ah! How did he survive?
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
So during Gambit you will get to see hopefully different pests, but sometimes it's the same pests twice in a row. But occasionally it's 3 times. But it's rare that it's been all of them, but it has happened before. But that's a rare occasion.
Zone A lost. Zone advantage is
Oh dear! Just don't know what was happening there. Just saw someone go flying in the air. Were you flying somewhere that I didn't know about? Were you going on holiday? Oh, sorry, did I accidentally lightning your face? What? What the crap? Hey, that fucking... I like how you fucking missed my teammate.
3 minutes. Hold strong.
Now I'm gonna
This
fucking
battle
get you
is
with
yours.
my super... Did you see that? Pin in the arse. Oh, sorry, did I hurt your face? Ah! Fuck. They all work together to kill me there, but we're gonna try to get the zones with my teammate. But we've got, you know, one pest. Oh, sorry. What? How dare you? Ah, fuck. The bloody, like, hiding around the corners. So fucking annoying.
You're nearly there. Fight on and claim victory.
So Friday stream's usually the shortest out of the entire lot once we do have a full reset week usually.
Zone C lost.
Because this reset doesn't take long at all. And then we do a little bit of Crucible and Gambit and then obviously the live Nightfall run. Occasionally we do multiple runs of the Nightfall if we join the Nightfall run when it's already began. But that's only if it's a Nightfall we haven't done. But if it's one that we've done
Zone A
numerous
lost.
times,
1 minute. Won't be long now. Zone C captured. You have advantage. Sound tactics bring victory.
funny. Have that in your face.
Bring me your friends. I need more like you.
Oh, you need more players that do shit, eh? Should get a fucking medal for that. So we're gonna go into Mayhem, so you get to see the supers. So we will do 2 mayhems. So we have been given additional gear. I actually have a grenade launcher. We might be able to see if we can do a lot of damage with that. Just to get an idea if it's useful at all. So because we nearly maxed out with our not bright dust, but our glimmer, we actually have a bit of gear that you can actually masterwork to a level 10. Some gear, like I said, up to level 5, which is the new changes. So I'm trying to figure out how we... So this will help against barrier champions, for example. I think we do have other... so we do have this option as well. So potentially, if we haven't... so because it hasn't given us that option for... So we'll keep the sim for steps on us. Don't need that. Don't need that. There we are. We will see what happens this time. So like I was saying about the cup, I've got the Slytherin one as well, but I don't mind if this, you know, gets cracked or anything, because I can easily get it again. But June, like when it's winter, for example, I always try to keep my cups or used cups that, you know, I can easily get replaced, rather than use my good cups, as I call them. So yeah, so Gryffindor won this time. So you saw the Slytherin, I think, last week. So in regards to Diablo 4, the Vessel of Hatred, so we started last weekend live with the new Paladin. It did sort of record okay, but occasional little bits of the little side stuff didn't record properly. So I recorded it again on a new Paladin, exactly the same name, but she was wearing red, where the live stream Paladin of the same name is going to be wearing purple armor, as it were, so easier to follow that way. But we will continue Diablo 4, the live Diablo 4 tomorrow night, so we will have fun with that. So we're going to continue the storyline. So we've done the introduction. We're going to go to the main part of the meeting area in Kivishad, and see what we need to do. So we're going to do the entire storyline of Diablo 4, the Vessel of Hatred, from the beginning of Diablo 4 all the way to the end, up to current matters, and then in preparation, like I said, for the new expansion Diablo 4, the Lord of Hatred, that goes live towards the end of April 2026. We will have a bit of time. That's why we're doing Diablo 4. And also we could potentially bring in World of Warcraft in preparation for World of Warcraft Midnight as well. We will do some live streaming of that, of the pre-launch content as well in regards to World of Warcraft. And yeah, that should be fun as well. So in regards to Crucible, we are going to do some mayhem, 2 mayhems, and then we will head into Gambit side of Crucible. Simple as that. So with Ham, my Arc Super subclass. So after we've done Arc for a bit, we will switch to maybe Strand. So you get to see Strand again, and maybe some Solar, maybe, or even the you know, Void, which I haven't really seen lately.
No, those are bullets. Oh, never mind. I'll do it myself.
So the only downside with this is the need to switch up the indicator. Then it will be mayhem. Do you know what I mean? Because if they know where you are, that's not mayhem. That's just giving them help, as I call it. Because when you think about ah, where did you go? Huh? I don't understand that. Was it me or did he not know where I was? Or did he do that on purpose? Ah, sorry. So you get to see my Arc Super, where you cast lightning everywhere. So we killed one pest. So now we recharge our super. So now we can change it to something else. To Void, maybe. Switch between Void and Arc, maybe. In this one, and then the next one maybe Strand and
5 minutes left.
Solar, maybe.
Keep it up.
Well, that was nice. So throughout how did he survive? This is where I sometimes don't understand when they were vulnerable but they still kill you. So, oh sorry, did I hurt your face? So you have a sort of shield like Chris Rogers, I guess. Ah, you had to get me instead. Serves you right. So you got to see the Void one there. So the other cool thing with the Void Super as well, you can throw it like what Chris Rogers does, but you can also put a shield up to help protect your teammates from, you know, damage from especially the elites. Out there. Didn't get a chance to hit anyone with that. Well, that didn't make any sense, did it? No. How? So keep it on Void for the moment so you get to see a bit better. I was just trying to work out how I was dying. Makes no sense. Literally didn't make any sense. They keep running away. So we've got it on void still because I do want to try to get some more kills. But... Oh! Shit! Yeah, that was nice.
1 minute left. It is lost. The battle is still close. Shut the enemy
Have that in your
down.
fucking face. Oops, I killed you. Isn't Sarah where we are? How did he survive that? What was it? He was dead. Again! He was dead! But never mind. So in the next Mayhem you're gonna get to see Solar and Strand. Strand's quite cool because you get to see Strand being as stabby as it is.
This block and fight again.
Well, that was a load of
So you lost? Don't let it upset you. This is mayhem.
So we're gonna go into another one.
Try throwing more grenades.
We don't give us like crap gear. So once we go into Gambit, doesn't matter if it's from, you know, point of the instance where it already began, because we have done Gambit before, but for tonight's purpose, I just wanted to get to see the Gambit from the beginning, which helps, doesn't it? But so Gambit is the other side of Crucible, where it's a mixture of PvP/PvE, where we have to do something. Like in this side of Crucible, we in Control we have to capture the zones, but obviously in Mayhem we just kill each other basically. But just a bit of fun, isn't it? So Gambit, you face you try to get your primeval before the other team to allow you to have a chance to win. As simple as that. So you deposit motes that you collect at the bank, which sends a blocker to the other team's instance. So it's sort of like a race to get your, like I said, primeval first, and then you get a chance to kill your primeval to win. But you can only do damage to the primeval if the envoys are taken care of. So it doesn't matter how much you do damage to the boss, it will not be getting any damage unless you get rid of the envoys, of course. So as simple as that in regards to Gambit. But then you got the different pests trying to shoot you as well. So you got the Cabal, you got the Vex, you got the Fallen, the Scorn, you got the Hive, you got the Lucent Hive, the Shadow Legion. You got all sorts, but and as always, the bloody taken that guarding the bank. Where you deposit your motes. So every time you kill stuff, it drops a mote, but that's during Gambit. But the worst thing is you could have like max amount of motes, and then the team members invading your side of the map and kills you when you have all them motes. And it's so annoying when you lose so many motes for your team, because then you think you've let your team down. But it's that's the challenging thing in regards to that side of Crucible. But it is fun going through as an invader on the other team and trying to do exactly what they did to your team on your side, on their side, and that's the other flip side of having that bit of drama during Gambit. So you will see that in a few, well, not a few minutes, but very shortly, once we've done this final mayhem for today anyway. So at least you get to see the different sides of the Crucible, which they've I would say they've definitely made improvements since the previous expansions, and also made it more simple, but they still need to make it even more simplified by merging all the Crucible options together, just to make it one playlist rather than having to click different things. Do you know what I mean? But it should let you queue for multiple things at once, just like what they do in World of Warcraft. So we can queue for several things at once. So depending what loads first, the raid or dungeon, for example, that's what's good for that. So they need to maybe bring that in. I've said this for years, but but I have to say the current the way it looks at the moment for Destiny 2, they've done really good improvements from last time, as it were. So they need to build on that and keep going. The only downside is you're still going to get players that cheat and spoil it. Do you know what I mean? But you're always going to get cheats. No matter how much you try not to face them during Crucible, Gambit, or anything around the map, for example, they're still going to be annoying in that sense. So just make sure we got. So we're going to change it to Strand. So you can see Strand for a bit as well. Solar and maybe some stasis, but once we head into the Nightfall run, we will change it to Arc in preparation, just in case we are dealing with a Nightfall that needs that loadout, for example. So we do have some engrams, so Tess will open these later. And we do have an engram that's lower level, but we can exchange it for one exotic gear that is higher to, well, current tier level. So in regards to the collection, you've got different things to look at to see if you need to try to upgrade it. So there's so many exotic weapons as well as armor and appearances for your weapons to get throughout. From different, sources, whether it's the dungeon raid, Nightfall, but you've got other things to look at, the ships from different expansions as well. For example, current season of Lawless, which ends still within how many more days I've got? Let's have a look. So the current main season, the Lawless, like I said, still has 24 days, 25 days technically. So you've got tons of time for those who haven't collected anything or even done much for the current season. So you've got tons of ships to get if you are trying to collect them all. So you've got this ship. So there's a few ships that we haven't got yet. It's quite cool, huh? What is that? Interesting. So this is optional. Looks quite cool, that one, doesn't it? So if you've got enough resources, you can buy that using Bright Dust. So there is this one. It's quite cool. So that's the default colour, and then obviously you can pick a colour that you want your ship to look like. Do you know what I mean? So with the celebration of the Year of the Horse, this is quite cool. Space or Racehorse it is called. So you've got tons of ships from each season. So we got this one a little while ago. Quite cool. So it does look like a Cabal ship, doesn't it? So we also got this one as well. We've got tons of them. Oh, that's cool. Ooh. So let's kick this to orbit. We will try that again. Sometimes this happens, but that's only because sometimes if we go into a different instance and then quickly go back into the one that we were trying to go into, it does actually find players. I think it's sometimes a little bug. But, So we have got stasis here, a few little things. So you also have the Vanguard stuff as well, tons of things. So even if you spend the entire week or month or several months in regards to the season doing Crucible and Gambit all 10 weeks, counts towards the seasonal rep and weekly rep requirements. So it's good. Gives you options, doesn't it? So that's the main thing. And speaking about that ship that I was showing you, I just totally forgot all about it, but it is the actual ship that you're seeing in front of us. So that one that you saw in the collections that I was talking about, this one. So this is the one that we currently got on the screen, actually. So I bought this and changed its colour. But like I say, you can pick a different colour to make it match how you want it to. But it is absolutely loads of ships from different season events season stuff. Mini little events too, so you got tons of them. So season 27. There's ships that I haven't even got yet. Funny. So you've got this one as well. It's like a giant speaker. Looks like something from Star Wars, doesn't it? So we've got this one as well. Yeah, can you boogie? Ah? Interesting. And then you got like little ships as well. So tons of ships. Absolutely tons of ships. So you got all the seasons going all the way back to the beginning. I mean, season 2, I haven't even finished or collecting them all. Do you know what I mean? Weird. It is strange that way, isn't it? You get gear that, or in my case, ships that you haven't used for ages. I'm hoping that we'll find us something. Tell you what, because it's been annoying. Oh. Go back in case it does let us. Sometimes it finds a group and then suddenly jumps and all that sort of thing. Sometimes when you leave a group and then go back in, it makes you go back into the same group that you were originally in before, even though it didn't find anyone. That's why sometimes when you're queuing for something, it's a bit weird how it doesn't find anyone, but then suddenly a million people want to join or something like that. So if we can't get into another mayhem, we go back into control, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not like we are missing out in regards to mayhem, because mayhem will always be optional for the rotation, more times than you think it will be in the near future as well. So we will get a chance to do mayhem again and potentially switch the subclass to Strand and Solar that I want to try out again, as well as maybe some Stasis as well, if it does find us this instance. But once we head into the Nightfall, we will head into Arc subclass in preparation. So we will see what happens. So the Gambit, like I said, at the side of Crucible, still fun. I have noticed there is a lot more new players, getting used to the mechanics for the bosses. The Nightfall, for example, is a great example of that. So there will be a lot about a lot of new players not sure about how the mechanics work in regards to Nightfall. Which makes sense. Not everyone knows and all that sort of thing. So it is like a learning curve, of course. Sometimes the hard way, of course, where you just get absolutely murdered, and then So the problem is with the Nightfall, if you do die as a whole group at a certain point of the instance, it restarts from the checkpoint and you lose points, and sometimes it could affect you getting a really high score, you know, compared to what you're trying to get. A platinum score, of course, being the highest, but so it's not always about how quickly you get the Nightfall completed. It's potentially how many points you get during that Nightfall, and also how many barrier champions, pests that you kill on or spawn during the instance. So we have found another mayhem, so you get to see this mayhem, which is good. So Strand is quite cool. It is what we picked up as a subclass during the Witch Queen expansion. It is quite cool. So you will see the Strand for a bit, and then we go on to Solar.
Farsight, bring me that haggis while I call this match. No, those are bullets. Oh, never mind. I'll do it myself.
Ah, so I've got the grenade launcher here as well. Doesn't necessarily mean we will do well with it, but at least we've got a chance. What? I'm sure I got you with my punching, but never mind. So, boing, stabbing with my strands. So we have our super, so you get to see it. I'm just looking for a little pest to kill with it. Ah! I was hoping he wouldn't kill me for the heavy ammo, but he did. I like how he threw that purple thing at me. So you got to see that Strand stabby little move, so we're gonna hopefully find somebody to stab. How come it's chasing me? Ooh, you day.
Only 5 minutes left.
I like how they cast the super on me. Eh? I got you with my strand thing. Never mind. Have that in your face, stink. So after this we will go into Gambit. So maybe you will see this strand a bit better. Because I've seen Solar enough before.
Oh no!
Oh, that was a little clear. No need for that behaviour. Eh? I got him with that as well. So you got to see the stabbing. Quite good. There's certain little traps, so if we go to a certain point, they're gonna Huh? I don't understand. Eh? How did you know where I was? But like I said, this is where the indicator thing comes into it, where they shouldn't have a clue. Ooh! Dare you? You've got to see the strand a bit, so you will see the strand a bit more during Gambit. So these little requirements, going to try to get them done in Gambit if we can. So it's not a must in regards to us winning or anything, but I got you a nice strand, but never mind. Pardon me. Cool ability, this strand. To the hair. So with Mayhem, I think they also need to increase the kills to at least a couple more hundred, just to make it worthwhile doing Mayhem as often, because I think they have increased it over the previous expansion, but they need to increase it even more just to make it even more mayhem. Shit. I hate when you do it.
Comes for us all.
Like I said, it's only a bit of fun. But some players take it too seriously. I don't know why.
Means you're never truly dead. Embrace that and fight.
So, this is how the Crucible done. For today, anyway. So we're going to go into the other side of Crucible. So I do hope you will enjoy it. So we're going to come out of here, click on Gambit, and go into Gambit. So this side of the Crucible, you're going to... Ooh! Ah! It's giving us another one of them annoying ones. So we change that to how we usually have it. So we're going to have it as the Cold Heart. Potentially we could have it on the Void one. Get rid of this, we don't need. So that's that grenade launcher. And we got some more blue crab that we don't need. So we are queued for Gambits. So regards to the Eververse store that resets, just like in Super Animal Royale and other games that reset their little shops, as it were. So the Eververse, we do actually have that ship part of the season, current season, to collect if we want to spend our bright dust on that. Or we can buy other things, such as this other ship as well. So we've got two ships that are quite cool. So there's tons of stuff. So Tess will open these later. So you do have items that are featured. So if you've got plenty of silver, it will help. So with regards to my character, we have already completed the entire season of Lawless in regards to the little rewards. So everything that we do, Crucible, Gambit, etc., all counts towards obviously the season, main season, and also the sub-seasons, as it's also known as, little mini events, like the Festival of Lost during Halloween, for example, where we threw exploding pumpkins. That was quite fun. So, you know, things like that, mini little seasonal event things. During Christmas, we had fun throwing snowballs. You know, just things like that, mini little season things that go alongside the main season. So the main season of a previous one, the Lawless, started like 80 days ago or something like that. I think the current season of Lawless actually began just before we were about to head into December 2025, and then once we got into 2026 it's changed, well, continued the season, but then it made us you know, go into January, and yeah, I think that's about right. But like I said, there's tons of ways of getting your rep and all that sort of thing. All a bit of fun, you know. So we will keep the strand for now. We will change this to maybe something. Could leave it how it is for the moment, because we still doing Gambit, of course, and then once we head into the Nightfall, we will change it to more familiar gear for the Nightfall instance. I mean, some of the resources that you can get, they need to make an overhaul of that, especially these. So the ciphers, you can only get 5. The ascending shard, you can only get 30. Same with ascending alloy. So these two work together to upgrade specific gear, masterworking and things like that. Same with these as well, enhancing prisms. So it's funny how you can get like 100 of them, but you can only get 30 of these. But you've got tons of gear. Do you know what I mean? So that. But the problem is with the enhancement cores, you can get like 1,000 multiple stacks. So same with these rare banners as well. You can get multiple of them. So why can't you get multiple of these? Do you know what I mean? For example, I mean, I got tons of ice cake. I don't know why I've got tons of ice cake, but I do. So So we can see what this is like. Yeah. So regards to my ship collection, so we could change it. So this is the ones we've currently got. So we had it as that, I think. So we've got a few ships to potentially rotate it to. So potentially this. So we could put, I think we've already done that. I think this is the last one. So we could put these into the vault collection. So then we can gather more ships. But like I said, you've got tons of ships. I mean, I need a, you know, size of the universe or something just to have a little garage, you know, for my vehicles. Dragon Wood Warcraft have got so many mounts. I mean, imagine having them all outside your house. It'd just be like absolute shitload. You know what I mean? So, welcome to Gambit, ladies and gentlemen. So, what or who we're going to face first? So we will do 4 of these.
Ooh! Scorn approaching.
Oh, how lovely!
I heard Scorn can come back to life. Kind of makes us natural enemies, doesn't it?
Yeah, stinky Scorn.
Transmat is go.
So, welcome to
They
Gambit.
say you're the best, hero. Thank those moats and prove it.
Mm-hmm. Have we got one player less again? Which can happen, but it's rare. It happens straight away though.
Hostiles inbound at the step.
Hello. Funny. That's quite funny. So the Scorn love, you know, sneaking around the place. Like this one, running around here.
Incoming wave at the drill.
So, maximum mods of 15.
Moats draining. The blockers must die.
So if we don't get rid of the blocker, we can't bank in on our instant. But they have a chance to invade. So thankfully I banked my moats before they were able to come over to our side and kill us.
Hostiles inbound at the step.
So I'm going to deposit these in case they invade.
You just hit the other side with a medium blocker. That'll keep them busy. Woo! Your invaders back, and they took out a whole team. High value target identified. Get him. Almost. Bank and get
Oh, you bloody shit.
Portals up. Go give them my regard.
So I lost a moat. Just once.
Allies
So
headed to
upsetting.
the other side.
Could have been worse, could have lost fucking 15.
Hostiles
Which has happened before. And it's so unfair. Why is our team not?
Prime Eagles up. Burn the envoy.
So, the Taken escort the boss. So, we can't do any damage to the Primeval unless these envoys are dealt with.
Focus on the primeval.
But just think, if I didn't die or lose that mod, I would have potentially done an instance for the very first time without losing any mods, which is a very, very rare thing for me.
Primeval compromise. Burn it down.
See if I say that super. We'll change it to solar now.
Like that every day? I don't ever want to see you go to war. There'd be no one left.
So at least you saw Gambit from the beginning. So we're going to see if we can do another one. We will do another 3, so technically 4 altogether. We will see if we are going to face something different. So we're going to see if we can get stasis finished. So potentially if we change it to stasis, maybe that will help. So we do that for this instance to see if it helps towards that stasis little requirement. So stasis strand. So stasis strand, and stasis. So interesting, very interesting. So we got it as stasis subclass. So we could potentially keep this for the Nightfall, but Arc usually is the way to go, depending if the Nightfalls are on Nesses or on EDZ. Sometimes Solar is really cool because it just burns the shit out of everything, but depending who the pests are, depending on what damage we need to dish out, basically. So when we go into the Nightfall, we don't always know what pests we're going to be facing until we actually go into the Nightfall. So sometimes have to change it just before we're about to land in the Nightfall. But with it being a live stream, of course, I don't know what the Nightfall will be today. So the Nightfall changes every day now. It doesn't have that annoying little problem where it used to be per week, which was still fun, but now it rotates every single day. So Gambit number 2, who we're going to be facing in this one? Scorn again, maybe?
All right. Let's see what we've got. Scorn approaching.
Oh, Scorn again then. 2 out of 2.
Scorn blood can be flammable. Don't get any in your mouth.
Scorn? Stink. Scorn.
Get ready for transmat. Get ready for
Actually, I'm sure one of the Scorn looks like in the air, but
in the bank.
literally. So I believe we are miss. Sorry.
Incoming hostiles at the ring.
So not too bad. So
Hostiles incoming at the burrow.
So I've got 10 minutes. Try to get max because it helps the team.
Incoming hostiles at the ring.
Yay! Maxed out. As in maxed out my notes. So I'm going to try to deposit the blocker.
Portals up. Go take them out. Your allies invading the other side. Those mokes popped a large blocker on the enemy's side. Perfect.
That Scone didn't know what was going to happen.
Hostiles incoming at command. High value target is on the field. Hunt it down. Hit some
Where
rounds.
is
Hey, your team has enough to pull a primeval. Woo, woo. Your invaders back with 4 kills. You've summoned a primeval. Kill it, and the win is yours.
Ah, so I didn't use any motes.
You're being invaded. Find them before they find you.
So we have
On
an enemy
board first.
pest.
Now, bring the house down.
How did he not die?
Enemy invader down. Free to hunt.
Bloody shit. I like how you went after me. But never mind.
That primeval's hostile. Hit it with everything you've got.
Just wait for that little shit to come back through. And then I'm gonna shoot him in the face. Come on, don't be shy.
Now devour that primeval.
I'm gonna pretend I wasn't paying attention.
Got style, sister.
Ah. Now we ain't got my super, but we'll see how we're doing with the portal. So the stasis
Nice
gone up.
work.
This has
We're
gone
gonna
up.
talk about that fight all the way
So
over
we might
in the
keep it
tank
on
of
stasis for
As soon as the tele-
the next two, just to see if we can make progress. So 2 gambits done already, simple as that, but like I said, it is just a bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen. But it's not fun when they kill you when you got more. So who we're going to be facing in gambit number 3? Is it going to be this Scorn again? Which will be like 3 times. Which can happen. Can actually be all of them, but it's a rare thing that that's happened, being the same class. Or same pests, as it were. So but keep stasis for now. quite cool. So we so if we do get Hawthorne shotgun again at current max T level, we can use upgrade this, and then we can swap that around. So like I said, in regards to gear, you got gear to go through, as well as ships and, well, basically everything. So depending what type of damage you want to dish out, you can see what gear that you might need to get in regards to your collection, just to help out with specific damage trait. So we do actually have, I'm sure, where have we got that? So we'll have a look at the vault. So I'm just seeing if we already got, so we do actually have another stasis auto rifle that we could potentially get, but I'm trying to see if we've got it. Like I said, we've got absolutely loads of room. They've increased it to at least 1,000. Wait a minute. So you got like exotic weapons as well, but you can only have one per one. Wait a minute, I'm sure we add that other one. Yeah, sometimes you get rid of gear just to make room for others, but I'm sure. It's a linear fusion rifle. So with regards to maybe primary ammo, maybe I haven't got it. Just gone through all, I mean, there's so many weapons, like I said, but a lot of them are different damage types for what I need. So we have to keep checking them all. Ooh! So gambit number 3. Who we're gonna be facing?
Falling on the horizon.
Oh, somebody different.
Diffusing a shank's explosive sounds clever, but it ain't worth the trouble.
So it depends if we're going to be against specific
Look at
fallen
you all
pests.
dressed up. Let's get some blood on that armor.
Oh, they have got the shank. Because sometimes they mention the specific pest the drifter does, but we're not actually against them, or the actual instance, which is quite funny.
Incoming at the burrow.
How come they just left this one over here? Hello? I'm collecting these blocks. So we can get my super, that'd be good, because then that is a stasis super. Very beneficial for the team.
Incoming hostiles at the ring.
To me, it was really fun punching them in the face. Well, I wouldn't say they're literally in the face, but the fallen shank got a nice punch. So I don't want to lose them all.
That should keep your enemy busy. Let's see more moats. Portal is primed. Lock and load. Your allies invading, and they mean business. Watch your back. Invader incoming.
We have invaded a pet. Nah. Ah! Fuck. But at least I didn't lose any moves. But he fucking murdered me.
Hostiles incoming in command. Your invader's back. 2 kills. Enemy invader down. I spot a high-value target. Give him hell.
Oh, what a shame. I think I fell off. So the enemy pests kill me, but thankfully I didn't have any mods. But they still fucking killed me.
High-value target is down and out. Bank and you'll summon a primeval. You want to win? That's how. Your allies invading
Ooh,
the
fallen
other side.
captain
Portal
changed
ready.
the chasing me. Hey, Skippy.
You've summoned a primeval. Kill it, and the win is
Hmm.
Your invader's back with 2 kills. Envoy's dead. Kill the primeval. Invader on the field, and they don't look too friendly.
No, he's gonna look dead. Where's he going?
Invader's out. You get him. Yeah, easy there. You got him.
Yes, I got him.
Team has a primeval. You gotta finish first. The lead's yours.
So that was quite fun. Killing the pest.
Allies headed to the other side. Onboard to the dirt. Now kill the big guy. Your invader's down, but they took out 2 opponents. Nice.
So once the envoys are down, you get a chance to do damage to the primeval, but
Invader down.
did I hurt?
Enemy invader down. Hey, you can't blame him.
Hey, I'm gonna go and invade.
Embrace the darkness. Take out those guardians. Envoys eliminated. Focus on the primeval.
a sunpack.
An invader
Kill
crossed
you.
over. Fill 'em full of holes. That primeval's nearly dead.
Where's
You
he?
gained the lead. Woo-wee! Your team turned that invader into a grease spot. The enemy team's about to win this.
What?
Get moving. And that's it.
Ah,
Opposing team took out their primeval.
that was a shame. We like to say a bit of fun. Hmm. So, final gambit before we go into the Nightfall. So, who we're going to be facing for the final one? So the stasis went well there. So that it's funny because that it's similar to that, isn't it? So we kill more pests with stasis weapons. So if we had a stasis like the Prometheus or this one, it'd be quite cool. So can you actually get that? I think you can. So it'd be special trace rifle, wouldn't it? Wait a minute, what type of weapon is that? Ah, so there's a trace rifle. So we look at the collections. Click on weapons. So like I said, you can pick, depending which ones you want to try to get. So trace rifle, there is one for each of the subclasses. Damage, so interesting. So we do actually have this trace rifle. I'm not even sure we've got it. Name. So I don't know what. So maybe that's related to Edge of Fate, maybe, or probably, maybe Renegades, maybe. So we do have trace rifle, but obviously I want to get a trace rifle that has stasis. So we do have this option as a trace rifle. Ooh. So let's pick New Age Black Armory. So, with regards to trace rifle, how do we actually get that one? So, unless we get that dropped, be quite cool. Because then, technically, my gear layout will be all stasis. So, if I can have all strand loadout, maybe that'd be quite cool. So I can sort this inventory out just to ensure that we at least have one gear for each of the one set of the weapons. So 1, 2, 3. So when we look at the collections, like I said, so you can look at different things as well. If you need to get a auto rifle, scout rifle that does specific damage. Each each of them really. Even hand cannons, if you're trying to get specific ones, submachine guns, which pain in the bum, I think, in my opinion. Sidearms are pain in the bum as well. Bows are just the biggest pain in the bum to me, because I'm so terrible at using a bow. And then you got other ones, heavy weapon slots that has different damage as well. So trying to get solar arc, all of them really. Just try see if we can get them all. So there is probably stasis sword somewhere.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Scorn approaching.
So we have been against the Scorn 3 times
I heard
today.
Scorn can come back to life. Kind of makes us natural enemies, doesn't it?
Which is rather funny.
Transmat Prime. Do I know what happens to the moats you bank? Not even a little. But I do know it pays. That's enough for me.
So gambit number 3, we're against this Scorn. It's going to say stasis for some reason.
Incoming hostiles at the ring.
Aye? So the enemy team have sent a block to our side of the instance, so if we don't clear it, we lose motes. Mm-hmm.
Hostiles incoming at the furrow.
So, team gets whoever gets the primeval first has a chance to win, of course. But the catch-up mechanics they've introduced for this expansion is, well, the previous one as well, but introduced during Edge of Fate, and of course final ship for that. I guess during the Witch Queen as well, because they mentioned they would make changes in regards to how the catch-up mechanics work for Gambit, and so even if one's team is so far ahead compared to the other team, for example, they allow the other team to at least have a chance. The catch-up mechanics, and it's really good. What? What the crap? It just disappeared.
Whack the blockers. 10 seconds. Bringing you back.
That didn't make any sense. He disappeared.
Hostiles incoming in command.
Oh yeah. Isn't Scorny?
Invaders off the field.
Hee
High value target.
pain in the ass. Running away, huh?
Get those those moats to the bank. It's time for a primeval.
Time for primeval.
Take and run popping up on the enemy side. Good. Portal's
Come
up.
on,
Your
deposit
allies invade.
please. Then we might get our primeval.
You summoned a primeval. Kill the envoys, then bring the house down. Your allies back from invasion. Not scratch. Primeval compromise. Take it out. Opposing team's got a primeval. Kill yours now. You gain the lead. Invader inbound.
Where are you? Enemy cruiser. Where's he at? Where the crap? Where's he at?
Invader's gone. Get him next time.
I've been running around looking for him. Or her. Where are you hiding? Yeah, I'm gonna go in your day. See if I can make a mess.
Darkness. Take out those guardians. One down. You're in the lead. 10 seconds left.
Oh!
Envoys in the dirt. Now kill the big guy. You're being invaded. Find them before they find you.
Oh, that's a load of shite. He was dead.
Your team turned that invader into a grease spot.
Ah. Bit of a shame, isn't it? I'm gonna see if I can get.
Your allies on the other side, looking to make
Go.
someone cry. Enemy team's about to win this.
Ah.
Fight's over. Opposing team killed their prime
Mind. That's a shame we didn't win, but these things happen, don't they? So we say thank you to our teammate and head straight to orbit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed Crucible. So we did some Control, we did some Mayhem, and we also did some Gambit. So we had a bit of fun, and also Dark Lords. And I didn't lose too many motes, which is a really good thing, but I still lost motes, and I hate when I lose motes. But it's all, you know, a bit of fun, isn't it? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to now go into the final part of tonight's live stream, and in preparation for that, I'm just switching my gear around. So, we are going to go into a live Nightfall. So we're going to go into the portal tab, as it's called. So the changes they introduced for the UI, as well as the options that we click on screen and things like that, so they made it a bit more easier. So we're going to click on the Vanguard tab and head into the live Nightfall instance. I'm not sure where it will be or which Nightfall it will be. at the location that we're heading to. So sometimes we join the Nightfall already began. Sometimes it allows us to redo it from the beginning afterwards. But usually it does try to find, you know, a group of players to start from the beginning, which is what I want, and it saves you faffing around and all that sort of thing. But it can happen where 2 members of the group already started and the other one's joined. You know, maybe the bus hasn't turned up or something, so they have to wait. That sort of thing. Or they at McDonald's and that sort of thing. So, ladies and gentlemen,
We'll continue to claw at the walls of our city unless we strike them down. Beneath the ruins of the Cosmodrome, in the shadow of an old colony ship, we've located the House of Devil's Lair and the High Servitor, feeding them their strength. We must destroy this machine god and send their souls screaming back to hell.
so there's a Nightfall that we've done before. So this will be edited and uploaded. So I do hope you will enjoy the Nightfall, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to the Cosmodrome. So we're on Earth. So I think it's best to clear everything on the way to the final instance, as it were. But a lot of players don't bother, which, you know, it's up to them, but they're not going to get a good, you know, Nightfall score if they don't, because that's how it works, isn't it? You want to get as many points as possible, not necessarily as quick as possible, but and that's where it's hard to know to understand if it's points related as well as time related. Do you know what I mean? So this is the Devil's Lair, I believe. Nightfall. So we have done this numerous times, and I have uploaded this Nightfall numerous times in 2025. So we will see how many points we can get. If we can get a platinum score, that's good, but like I said, it is a live Nightfall instance, so it's not necessary all the players in the group's main focus here. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your face. So we do have barrier champion and barrier champion. Go on, whoa, shit. Very exclusive. So we might even get our super very quick. So we have to hack this console thing.
Great. Way out of here is sealed.
So you heard Commander Zavala at the beginning
Pretty complex. I'll need time.
of the Nightfall, explaining what we, well, dealing with the problem. cool. So you got to see my arc suit. Bloody fallen little shit. Now against the hive. Nope, not quite yet. So the hive seem to be interested with this as well. So, Bobby champion. And we killed it very quickly. That's just scary because, bear in mind, this is a Nightfall instance, but usually it's much more challenging, of course. But the way that teammates are killing things here, it's just insane. It literally is. So we'll head out here. Jeez, fucked it up. Well, he did. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Foley. Jeez. Weird. Oh my goodness. We wiped it out so quickly. So at the beginning of the Nightfall instance, of course, you heard Commander Zavala explaining what was happening. But, so it leads here to this part of the instance. Devil's Lair, are here. Dealing with the boss, which is a fallen servitor. So the idea is many points as possible, but sometimes there's not enough to kill during that instance. But I don't know if we've spawned an you know, specific amount. Oh, sorry, Steve, is he? Eee, trying to scratch me. Dare they? Hiding away? Ooh, we've got a friend. How many punches do you need? Hi, come here, you little shit. So sometimes it is about killing fungus or get rid of the pests. Ooh. So I do hope you enjoyed it.
Prime cast a great shadow over us. With its
Yay.
destruction, the fallen devils will grow weaker. But we must stay vigilant. The fallen are crafty, and they'll find ways to survive. They always do.
So as you can see, it does actually say ending mission. So that was what was happening last time, which was the major problem, because it wasn't actually doing that. So we had finished the Nightfall, like what we've done, but wasn't actually sending us out. So wasn't actually officially recording the score from last time. So that is a shame, but these things happen, and I'm very sure they will fix it. So we have said thank you to our teammates. So this Nightfall, just like all the others, pre-recorded or even live ones, will be edited and uploaded, so you get to watch it in your own time. Well, we've had fun this Friday, haven't we? I do hope you've enjoyed it. So I'm just ensuring. It's a shame we didn't get. Here we got a strand sword thing. Stasis sword, sorry. Stasis. No. Arc for there. But we've had fun today. So we are going to end tonight by going back to the tower, literally, to see what tests will give us for our engrams. So I've got these like cool, sort of like Valkyrie wing things. So,
Eververse has the goods.
so we potentially have 2 ships that we can maybe get. So I will put some into the vault, and then we
What
should be able
cipher
to.
is this?
It's quite cool, isn't it? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for watching tonight's stream. So, it's not quite the end of this week's live streaming. Of course, I prefer doing a full, reset week, but disruption here and there, and just have to make do with what days we can. So, the final stream of this week, just before I leave you, ladies and gentlemen. So tomorrow night's stream, the 7th of February 2026, final stream of this week. So we will head into Diablo 4, the Vessel of Hatred, and continue that with the new character, and if necessary we will start on another one as well. So possibly both tomorrow as well, but the main one is to do progress on the Paladin that's for the live server. So tomorrow night from 7:30 p.m. GMT UK time, the week of the 3rd of February 2026, Saturday the 7th of February 2026, we are heading back into Sanctuary to see how much bother we can do with the pests, helping out in Sanctuary. So I can't even speak. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching tonight's stream. It will be edited and re-uploaded just like the previous weeks, so you get to watch that. So if you've missed the live streaming or the days of live streaming, it will be uploaded regardless if it's Friday or Wednesday or Thursday. It will be uploaded so you can watch it in your own time. So we've had fun tonight. Drama, explosive drama, Died Lords, and got to see what Zer had for us, of course, which was the main focus, and also did a bit of Crucible and Gambit, as well as a live Nightfall run. So I do hope you have enjoyed it. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you for the final stream of this week tomorrow night, Saturday the 7th of February 2026, as we head into Diablo 4. So I want you all to have a great Saturday. If you can't join me for the live stream tomorrow night, don't worry, it is going to be edited and re-uploaded, so you get to see it as well. And also the separate parts to the Diablo 4 storyline for the Paladin's progression will be split into different parts as well, so you get to follow it regardless if you missed the live stream version of the Paladin, or you get a chance to see the pre-record. So I will record obviously the live stream tomorrow with the Purple Paladin, and then Sunday I will re-record it again up to the same point on the Red Paladin, as it were. Anyway guys, have a great weekend. If you can join me tomorrow night, it'll be fantastic. Don't worry if you can't, everything will be uploaded like I said. But anyway, have a great weekend, stay safe, stay warm, and hopefully the weather won't be too bad. But anyway, have a great weekend ladies and gentlemen, and I look forward to seeing you all for another bit of drama. But for now, take care, bye for now.